Hello and welcome to one of the most important presentations you're going to hear. Of course, it is about a life in all. It's about life skills. I am Dawood Waid, your host from Sky Education, and I'm going to bring you infinite possibilities of education. Education is really the only tool you need to open up doors where only walls exist. So here we are, opening up new frontiers, opening up new horizons and new opportunities for us as a community, as a nation, as a global citizen, and definitely for our future, our children. Remember this? Oh yes, remember those old cassettes when you were playing your favorite song and the coil curled up inside? All you did was took up a pencil and rolled it up yourself. Well, I'm not sure if our students, if our children, these kids these days would even identify what a floppy disk or a video cassette or an audio cassette would be. Forget the gramophone days, but sure they will know this. They will know the spinners. So, when you started playing with a top and a thread, today they're just spinning around and the concepts are same, the laws of physics are same, it's just the products that have changed. Yes, it's the skills that are always unique. We always need the skills that have existed ever since the Neanderthal man wanted them to hunt the woolly mammoth and the modern man needed to protect the giant African elephant or the one-horned rhinoceros. So we are looking at skills that don't change over the period of time. So on a scale of 10, rate your skills. Where do you think you stand? Where do you think your students, your kids stand in decision making, problem solving, communication, in collaborating? Do they reflect? Are they researchers? Or today, like the world is plagiarized, we cut, copy, paste. Even a small Twitter message, we don't know how to make on our own. So why Sky? Well, that's the limit. We are looking at a curriculum that connects three most important things of a learner: the head, the heart, and the hand. We are looking at emotions in the heart. We are looking at intellectual capacity of the head, and we are looking at kinesthetic energy of the hands to create an application of knowledge. What's the problem today? Our students are schooling, but are they learning? Well, schools have these laboratories, they have the libraries, but are the skills being taught? And after school, oh well, the least we do is put them on a dance class or a computer class, or most likely our kids are going to tuitions carrying heavy loads again. You know, one of my mentor, Raza sir, used to say, and he still says, that we are creating nuts and bolts of the machines that someone else is running. Why not make the machinery yourself? Create problem solvers, not problems of the nation. The World Economic Forum have exhibited 16 skills that 21st century requires. We in Sky Education have collated those skills and put across life skills. And when we say life skills, we said basic skills that every student need to enhance the quality of life. The potential of students have no boundary. What we have done is we have created this entire new currency. Skills are the new currency of the 21st and the 22nd century. How many of our students have it? And I use an acronym, the RACER. You sit in a Formula 1 like the Lewis Hamilton and a Monaco Grand Prix, and there you are zooming. We have no time. The pit stops have to be less than 12 seconds. So our kids are running and zooming around. So you need RACER. RACER is an acronym starting for research and ends with reflection. The two C's, and we use two C's in RACER, we are racing fast enough, is for collaboration and communication. And the rest of it, A and E, is analysis and evaluation. This is what we in Sky Education are giving our children. So we did a small survey, and our research showed that if you look at schools and colleges in a spectrum, so the horizontal growth of them, and then you look at skills and what tuitions are, we see there are multiple players. For example, if I look at college and tuition and coaching, there are IIT classes, there are competitions, there is this and there is mental. If you look at the same college and skills, oh brilliant, Coursera, Udemy, Udacity, Khan Academy. And then what happens is the same thing can be said for school and tuition classes. You have Byju's and Mahesh tutorials and again Khan. But what about school children and skills? Because there you also need a little bit of self motivation, a bit of energy, what I call fun learn. Can we bring the fun and fundamentals? And hopefully we at Sky fill in the gap for you. We're not promising something we haven't done. It's a team that is made of research from PhDs to corporate heads and people who have worked with NGOs and tuitions and coachings and everything that we've seen in our life, and educators who have been authors, who have been public speakers, and that's what Sky Team brings in. Today the UN is telling us the global goals for sustainable development starts with no poverty and with partnership for these goals. It can be goals on number 14 like life below water, or goal number 15 life on land. How will our children solve it? Number 5, gender inequality. We need Malalas who are the Anne Frank of her time. Where are they? Where are the newsmakers? Where are the role models? So here we are. We brought together a list of programs that a kid will require. And the curriculum very aptly is called Candle. It's like the Elton John song Candle in the Wind. Yes, the typhoons are blowing. We need a little bit of light in a kid's life. And a first phase of Candle is the wax phase. They are moldable, they are malleable, they are soft. You need to nurture them. And the next phase for the secondary group is called the wick phase, where you burn the light. The wick which bends, which is strong, you need to curve it, you need to give it experience. So if you look at a small picture here, a typical curriculum for a grade 3 would have something about kite flying. Oh, the joy of running behind. Have you read the Khalid Hosseini's Kite Runner, by the way? Then we come to reading skills. We make them think critically. What if the tires of the car were square instead of the round? Or the circle that we know. It looks difficult, but Edward de Bono says that was the start of the snowmobile. Wow, the tanks came in when we thought of square tires. We take them to the landmarks of the world, the Taj Mahal, the Eiffel Tower, the Leaning Tower of Pisa. We talk about the culture, which I call the 4 F's of learning culture: food, fabric, festival. We are looking at great heroes from art, Leonardo da Vinci to Elton John to Elon Musk to Jeff Bezos. And then we are talking about the environment, the 3 R's, the Earth Day. And this comprises of our entire curriculum. And we have taken 13 topics. Don't ask me why. 13 reasons why. Our kids need self-esteem. They also need to overcome the superstition of the society, which have made them small, dwarfed. Technology, as my friend says, that they are not teenagers, they're screenagers. Screen life, no social connect. So our first of it is real life and social skill and living values. Values as optimism is lost. You know, the little girl who was in a room and she was told that stay here, and there was a boy who was put in a room filled with toys. And the boy, after 1 hour, the researchers came and asked the boy, he was crying, the pessimist boy. And they said, why are you crying, young boy? And he said, with so many toys and only 1 hour, I don't know which one to play, so I didn't play with anything. And the little girl was put in a room for 1 hour with completely horse dung, horse shit. And they came and she was jumping with joy, filled with this muddy horse feces. And they said, what happened? She said, with so much of evidence, I knew there must be pony somewhere, and I was searching for the pony. Optimism, happiness, smile. The Delhi government has a curriculum, happiness curriculum. Where is happiness in a kid's life? Then we're talking about newsmakers, people like Nelson Mandela, Mahatma Gandhi, Mother Teresa, and they learn about these heroes and they become community builders. These are 5. The next one is environment, the crusaders of the globe, and then the own, your hygiene, health and society. So that's 7. Then we take them across. You are the global citizen. Talk about the wonders of the world. From Christ the Redeemer to the Kaaba in Mecca. From the Leaning Tower to the Great Wall of China. Everywhere. And then we talk about the internal character building skills. If your character is strong, your nation will be strong. We talk about constitution and patriotism. The next one is, of course, the most important one, the ability to convey public speaking. We have these versions of Toastmasters and TED Talks in the entire program. And then the final two, the 12th and the 13th, is goal setting. You know, Michelangelo says, I'm not worried about you having very high goals and you miss them. I'm worried if you put too low goals and you reach them. Aim for the stars, aim for Mars and Saturn and Jupiter now. And finally, our kids will make resumes, they'll build their careers, and we'll teach them entrepreneurship, a word where spelling is difficult for us. So how do we do it? In the last few, I will explain to you what do we do. Here are some glimpses of the games we're going to teach them. Here is the world structure. Can you name the landmark? From the pyramids to the Colosseum, but more importantly, what are they made of? Remember the old song, London Bridge is falling down, build it up with iron and steel, iron and steel, iron and steel. Now the kid is an architect and a designer and a constructor in the making. What's the material used in Statue of Liberty? How is it different from the marble of Taj Mahal? What's the granite used in the Colosseum of Rome and the steel used in Eiffel Tower? And the kids are thinking. And we're using material, we're creating material, we're talking about periodic table, we call it elements around. And then we change concept. Another game that our kids are having is called people leadership. Tell me the name of 10 people, 10 heroes you wish to meet before you are 25. Probably you're older, I'm older, but think about kids. We've never asked them. And then you give them a category. Who would you like to meet in sports? Perhaps an MS Dhoni. I would love to, my icon, sealed with a 6, the World Cup final. Or somebody from the movie, someone like Steven Spielberg, a guy who thought of Jurassic Park and Jaws and Schindler's List and E.T. and Munich and the War Horse. Or an inventor. Oh, I would love to meet the Tesla's hero, the SpaceX hero, Elon Musk. Or a business hero, or an author. Someone who has written book like Jack Ma and also taught the world how to do business, Alibaba. Someone maybe from politics, from the news, the lady, Iron Lady of Germany, Angela Merkel, and what she has done for the refugees when entire Europe was shutting their arms, she opened it up. Or a celebrity chef. Maybe our kids go to MasterChef, but we teach them and they will meet some of the heroes as and how we evolve. Or perhaps a completely new way of retelling an old story. Like the Little Red Riding Hood, where the wolf was bad. Why should the wolf be bad? Maybe this time the Red Riding Hood will save these wolves from extinction. And yes, the wolves need it, the rhinos need it, the elephants need it, and unfortunately our students and our children need it. They are also the endangered species. And I give you the last exercise. I asked the kids, what if you were to write an autobiography? What would be the title of your book? It's an empty book. The cover page is waiting for your photo, and I would want my first kids to think about it. As you always say, it's not enough to be rich in Monopoly. You have to be rich in life, in your personality. The richness is not money. The richness is the richness of thought, the richness of idea, the richness of dreams. Or we ask the kid, if you were a mobile phone, what kind of mobile phone would you be? And why? And you start understanding the psychology of these children, and that's what Candle stands for. And this is what Team Sky has brought up for. It's a small 15 minutes presentation. I hope you like and enjoy it. You talk to us. You can visit us at skyeducation.in. You can email us at info@skyeducation.in, or you can always reach us on Twitter, our favorite medium, at hashtag or at CEO Teacher. That's where we will be waiting for you. Remember to take care of your heart, hand and your head, which is what your mind is. Until then, all of us from our Team Sky Education wish you luck and your children great luck. Fantastic, goodbye, and have a great dream ahead.